Now we're going to simplify complex number expressions. So complex number just means we have numbers and imaginary numbers. Okay, so this is similar to problems 9 through 14. Right, so with these expressions, we treat I just as we would x, except now we have a special rule. With I squared is equal to -1, so we would have to continue simplifying. Okay, so here I have 4i and then 3 times this expression 6 minus I. First I'm going to distribute 3 into the parentheses. So I'll have 4i plus 3 times 6 is 18 minus 3i. Now I just combine my like terms. So 4i and -3i, those are my like terms. And then 18's a real number. Our standard form is you always do the real number first, and then plus or minus your imaginary number. So it depends what operation you have going on, but you always do your real number first, then your imaginary. So my real number is 18, and then 4 minus 3 is 1, so plus 1i, or just I. Okay, when I have an expression squared, the first thing I'm going to do is expand it. So this will become 4 plus 3i times 4 plus 3i. And then do FOIL, or if you use the box method, use the box method, or distribute, however you'd go about this. So 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 3i is plus 12i, 4 times 3i is plus 12i, 3i times 3i, 3 times 3 is 9, I times I is I squared. Okay, so this is different from the conjugate. We have the same signs here, so this will not eliminate. So this will become 16 plus 12 is 24i. Okay, when you're adding, it just stays as I. Those are our like terms. I squared is not a like term, but I'm going to change I squared to -1. So that's using our rule with our exponents. So this is a -9 here. So 16 minus 9 would equal 7. And then we have our imaginary 24i. This next one is different because we don't have just the expression squared. It's all set up for us to do FOIL. So I do first 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times -4 is minus 8i. Plus 3i, and then minus 4i squared. So the -4 times the positive is -4, I times I is I squared. Okay, so combining my like terms, I have this -8i, and I have 3i, and 4i squared would not be a like term. So this will become 6 minus -8 plus 3 is 5i, and then I'm going to substitute I squared with -1. So this is 6 minus 5i minus -4, or plus 4, and now I have like terms again here. So this becomes 6 plus 4, which is 10, minus 5i. Okay, so this expression looks similar to the one before, except we have a sign in between the parentheses. So be careful that you don't go and FOIL it, because you only FOIL if we do not have a sign between parentheses. But since we do have a sign, whatever that sign is, you're going to distribute it into the parentheses after it. So if it was a plus sign, nothing would change, and we would just add our like terms. Since it's a minus sign, it's like a -1 in front of the parentheses, and I'm going to distribute that. And then after I distribute that, I am done with the parentheses. So this will be 7 plus 2i, -1 times 9 minus 9, -1 times -I plus I. Okay, so be careful that you don't distribute this and then FOIL, and that you, if it's addition, nothing would change, you just add your like terms. But after you distribute, you're done with parentheses, adding the like terms. I have 7 and -9, I have 2i and I. So 7 minus 9 is -2, 2i plus I will be plus a 3i, and that's my final answer. Okay, so that's how you would simplify your expressions with I, making sure when it's I squared, you substitute in -1, and this is similar to problems 9 through 14.